Hi, my name is Doug. I'm the president of Guardians of the Purple Heart, and we are a 501c3 approved nonprofit organization based here in southeastern Connecticut that specializes in obtaining items or services for Connecticut combat. Hi, my name is Doug. I'm the president of Guardians of the Purple Heart, and we are a 501c3 approved nonprofit organization based here in southeastern Connecticut that specializes in obtaining items or services for Connecticut combat wounded veterans that aren't being met by other organizations like the VA. So what we like to think is where the VA or these other establishments have to leave off because of their corporate red tape and limitations, we can come in behind them and fulfill these needs by reaching out to the community, working with our vast network of supporters, and just coming together as a whole and supporting these Purple Heart recipients and improving their overall quality of life. A lot of people ask us how do they get involved and how do they join in on the fun with us. A lot of things you could do. Follow us on Facebook, #1, Instagram, Twitter. Go to our website at gotph.org. You can send donations, send us a message. Spread the word of what we're doing. All the Connecticut Purple Heart recipients, we are out there trying to make a difference in their lives. So please give us a hand and join in on the fun.
Hey, this is Texas singer-songwriter Sergeant Scotty Frazier, proud to have served in the United States Marine Corps and now proud to serve with music. I am honored to be interviewed by and partner with Fubar Studio, the best in military and veteran supporting podcasts. Check them out, and thank you for your service for our American heroes. Also check out scottyfrazier.com for more of my music, and check us out on Spotify, Amazon, and where all good things are streaming. Semper Fi, rock and roll.
Bring your appetite down to Big Belly Cafe, 140 Gore Street, Webster, Mass. for curbside, takeout, and indoor seating. Visit bigbellycafe.com to view their hours, menu, and order online. For reservations, please call ahead at 508-949-2433. Follow Big Belly Cafe on Facebook for weekly and daily specials. And remember, all veterans receive a discount for their recognition of service. Big Belly Cafe. Reedy's Archery, located in Middleborough, Mass. at 121 Wood Street, has been a staple in the area since 1993 and has become the one-stop pro shop for competitive target archers and bow hunters from New England. Reedy's is open Monday through Thursday, 12 p.m. to 8 p.m., Saturdays, 10 p.m. to 4 p.m. Make sure to visit reedysarchery.com and follow them on Facebook to keep up with upcoming events. Reedy's Archery, dedicated to the archer. Wolf Aviation Network is the only flight school in the area utilizing the Airwolf Simulator AATD and the specialized Part 61 training program designed to save students money while increasing safety and efficiency. Creating safe pilots is our first priority. Our flight sim is the perfect training device. It is designed to prepare students adequately before taking flight in our aircraft. Fly with us and save money. Wolf Aviation. Reserve your spot at 413-563-1929 and visit wolfaviationnetwork.com.
This is what we train for, every day.
We just received new intel that there's an enemy presence at the airstrip compound.
All those years. When you're the first to arrive, it's not enough to be ready. You have to be relentless. It's our job to control the ground and the sky, wherever they may meet, even behind enemy lines. They call us one-man air traffic control towers, but we're more than that.
Ivy Lima Charlie, break. Airfield is stable. You are clear to land.
We turn hell into an airstrip. And clear the way for others to follow.
That would be cool.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Welcome everybody. Welcome to another episode. I'm your host Doug, and today we've got two special guests with us, two Vietnam veterans, Bob and Frank. But before we get into it, I want to say thank you everybody for the thank you to all of our sponsors, all of our viewers. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do what we're doing today, even with the events with Track Day for Veterans. But without further ado, I want to get it right over to Bob and Frank. Bob, I want to have you start off, but can you give us a little bit of background of who you are and, your just military career and stuff?
Well, sure. Pretty much so. I'm pretty proud of my military history. I'm a pig farmer from Ohio to begin with, is my background. I came to Florida 20 years ago, retired here. I was in the military from 1966 through 1968. I'm a Tet survivor with the 1st Calvary Division. I spent 9 months in the field on the DMZ in 1968. As I said, I retired and came to Florida. I became the president of the Vietnam Veterans of America, Chapter 1048, here in Volusia County, Florida, and put together a very highly rated chapter of war veterans here in Volusia County. And one of those war veterans being my friend Frank. Frank has been a member of our chapter for a number of years. And at this time, I'll let you know who Frank is. Go ahead, Frank.
Hi, I'm Frank McNeil. I'm originally from upstate New York, up in Orange County. I got drafted in '67. I went over to Nam in about July of '67 and went into the 1st Infantry Division. And on October 17th, I got shot 3 times and got to see what the military, all the doctors and nurses and hospitals were like in the military. and when I listened to everybody coming home on planes and stuff, I came home totally different.
Yeah.
But after I got out of the service, I went back to work where I was up in Maybrook, New York, and I just wasn't happy. So I had a friend here that lived in Daytona. I came down and visited him one Easter. And the following Easter, I came down, and I've been here ever since. So I've been here for like 54, 55 years now. Wow. I got a job as an auto mechanic down here, and I retired. And shortly after that, I met Bob.
Wow. That's amazing. You guys both, both individuals, and I've met you guys through. Actually, I met you, Bob, by reaching out to your group, and then I ended up meeting, let alone you. I met and Frank. I met Bob. So I met Jim Drake last year.
Yes.
Through the track day for veterans, which is, was, we got him into the pits with David Coing, with the with the truck series. And then this year we got you guys into the pits and everything with Andy J, which is Andy Jakowiak, in the Arkham Menard series. What was that? What was your guys', feeling once, I reached out to you guys and got you, going into the pits, before we even went into the pits? What was the full feeling and, your guys' whole thought behind that once I told you guys about that?
All right, go ahead.
I thought this was going to be fun because when I was young, that's what got me into working on cars. Was the guy moved in that gas station next door with a race car. So, and I get a newspaper called the Area Auto Racing News and I've been reading about Andy J winning a lot of races, indoor races and stuff. So I was really excited to go down and see what the operation was like.
Yeah,
but,
that's good.
Back in my day, we were running 34 Fords.
That was before they got all this new stuff nowadays with all the safety equipment and everything else.
Yes.
What was Frank? What was once you got into the pits? What was your experience and what was your whole mind telling you once you got into the pits?
Man, this is big. We're walking a long ways.
Yeah. This is a long walk. I kept saying, come on, Frank.
Well, I mean, it wasn't, I had to, you guys at first, it was, you guys got told to go into the media and something else park, and then everybody was telling you guys got to go. You got to go.
Yes.
It's like, well, you put me here.
Yeah. Yeah, the guy walks up to the car and Bob rolls down the window and he said, "You can't park here." "Why not?" This is for campers."
Yeah.
Well, there weren't any campers around right there.
Yeah. No, and then we finally got you guys to the parking where the correct parking spot was at, which was like literally right next to where I was parked at. But yeah, I mean that was great. And then we got you onto the tram and then brought you over to the area, and then
Yes.
down, and then we actually got into the pits, or actually into the garages where the cars were at. And that was good. But I want to go back just a little bit and talk to you, Bob, on that as well. What was your whole thought of once before we even got you into the pits and all that? What was your whole thought and process?
Well, my whole thought about the whole experience of it was in the past, in the '90s, I did short track racing in the north, Ohio, Indiana, West Virginia. I had a Winston Cup car back in the early '90s. Ran under the Whelen series, and at one time I went to Charlotte. I thought I wanted to get into the ARCA series. I thought that I would purchase an ARCA car and do some of the half mile and under races up north and possibly race 6 or 7 races a year. I only did it for the love of the sport, is the only reason I wanted to do it. And after driving up in Charlotte, they put me, I had 2 cars up there that I was looking at to purchase. And of course, I went to the track to Charlotte Motor Speedway, and I utilized the track there to test both of those cars. And after driving at speeds of 160 miles an hour, I figured out that I was in my 40s at the time. I figured that this is probably not something that I should extend my life out to because of my age. I found myself getting lost on the speedway, and I said, I better stay in my late model down here in these short tracks in the Midwest. So, but going in there and seeing the dollars that are being spent was just so fascinating to me. In fact, I think I asked you, do you know how much money it's costing them to come here? With a car, a backup car, with the equipment, the trailers, it's just unbelievable where this sport has went to over the years. And if you want to go fast, it takes money.
Yeah.
And if you want to win, it takes a lot of money. Yeah. But my experience of coming to the track with you was absolutely phenomenal to see all that equipment sitting there in a race car and meeting Andy, which was Andy was a great person to meet and get to talk to. It was just like standing there talking to your brother.
Yeah. No, and he when he was talking to you guys, it wasn't like, anything. He was like down listening to you, and it was like, and trying to understand what everything that you were talking about. He took the time and came out of the break area where they have like 2 couches, which they were just redoing over. Now that we were just in Phoenix, they actually were I guess we did whatever they had to do over, and now that we actually are bringing the veterans into where the 2 couches are at, and sitting down with you veterans now, because they want to make, Class Motorsports wants to make the feeling of being with them. They want you guys to feel like you're at home, you're with family, because that's how they're treating the veterans. So it's absolutely amazing. And what Andy J and Andy Sice and Kevin, I think it's Lapierre, I think it is. I may be pronouncing his last name wrong. but I know it's Kevin. They want to be able to talk to you guys and be able to have you guys enjoy this VIP experience with the racing.
And it was very VIP. And also, I really want to mention that Frank and I met some of the sponsors
Yes, we talked
that Andy J has. And it was great just talking to them and their experience with the race team and how happy that they were to be involved.
Yeah, no, and I remember I even have a photo of where you guys talking to. I believe it's the energy, the husband and wife that were there for the with the energy company.
Yes.
You know, I have a good photo where it was like you guys laughing and everything, and it was good. It was the way they conducted their business and how they talked to you guys. You know, they even thanked you guys for your service, and you know, you guys as Vietnam veterans, you guys never really got the thanks you guys should have been given when you guys came home. And so, you know, me today, I want to do that for you and tell you thank you for your service, you know, and thank you for everything you guys have done for this country. It means a lot to us, and that's again another reason why I joined the United States Army when I did, which was in 2006. So I definitely want to say thank you to that.
Yeah, we had different people when we were walking around in the garage area and stuff. A couple drivers even stopped and shook our hands and said thank you, which was quite nice.
Yeah, the whole racing world in general is very patriotic. You know, it's real. It's baseball, apple pie, and racing, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Over the years.
Yeah. No, it is, and
yeah, maybe not in that order, but
it's at least those things. I know even when we were walking through, because we were actually before the race where they do all the driver introductions and stuff like that, and get all the cars lined up. We went out there and we were walking around. I got lost and I couldn't find you guys for a second.
No.
I couldn't keep up with you guys. But it was we got to go and see all that stuff. We got to see the stage where the guys came out, where the drivers came out, you know, and then be able to walk down the pit road where the cars are at. And you were I know at one point you were pointing and said, "Oh, that's Joey Logano." Did you know that? You know, and you tapped him right on his stomach, like, you know, good luck type deal, and it was like, and he was you know, responding good. You know, so that was an experience and everything, and it's great that you guys, you know, really enjoyed you guys yourself, because that's
also meeting a 4-time Indianapolis winner. Shaking his hand and having a picture with him was a great experience also.
Which one? Who was that?
Elio Castroneves.
Oh, okay.
Castroneves. He was right next to Andy on the grid.
Oh, you know, okay. I did, and you got a photo of it?
Oh yes.
Oh,
yes.
You got to share that with me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I have photo. Yeah. And also, I thought he was going to win the race. So he ran up front there in the last of that race and crashed at the finish line, if you'll remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it. I even thought Andy was going to win it. He got up there.
Yes.
Where he was in fourth position, and you know, for starting back in 29th. And then getting pushed back after making his way up, I think up to 11th. Then he got put back to 32nd or 36th.
Mm-hmm.
And then he brought himself right back up. And it was like, holy crap. I thought he was going to win too. I
was really surprised how many people followed Andy. He had a lot of support there of people who were watching him on that big screen. and cheering him on when he moved all the way up to the front there.
Yeah.
Yes,
No.
and, his crew there, they did a phenomenal job of getting that car back out there.
Oh, yes.
They
Because
did.
when we looked at, I told Bob after the race, I says, I want to go look at that car. And that thing was banged up on all four sides and in the right door.
Yeah.
And after the race, I was talking to that one crew guy there that I spoke to before the race, and I said, "How bad was that car hurt?" He said, "It was bad." But he said, "I pulling panels out from inside." He said, "And then I grabbed the sawzall and started cutting metal away from the tires."
Yeah.
And he still ran that well with
Yes.
it. That was great.
Yeah, no, and it was amazing to see the class team, the class motorsports team actually do all that work. 'Cause
Yes.
I know finally at towards the middle of it, I know you guys were sitting down behind in the fan zone, but I got you. I was trying to get you guys to come into the pits to see that, but I didn't want you guys to have to stand so much. But I brought you back into where the pit area is at, and be able to hang out with in the actual pit area as the race was going on. And be able to see everything up close and personal, and their team was how they worked, how Class Motorsports team worked. It was a great bond of how they work together compared to how military members work together, as well as military veterans work together. It's like it's all kind of the same kind of teamwork.
Well, their name shows exactly who they are, class.
Correct.
That whole organization was. I still go back and think about that afternoon and morning that we got to spend with them.
Yes,
Yeah.
It was really nice. It was really good.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and because they were even feeding everybody and gave you guys some stuff. We gave you guys some stuff for the track day for veterans. It's another way of treating each other, really well. Did Andy? I don't know. Did Andy give you guys a autograph picture, like postcard type deal?
I didn't get one.
No, I didn't get one either. What I did is for about a week after the experience of track day with the veteran, I went looking for yellow sunglasses, and I looked all over the United States, and I could not find them.
Andy.
I want a pair. I even told Frank when we left there. I said, "I'm gonna get me a pair of them yellow sunglasses."
I'll ask Andy next time I see him, because I'll be seeing him here shortly at the next race. But I may even I'll send him a text message and say, "Hey, Frank and Bob both want a pair of those yellow sunglasses."
Yes, there you go. I think that they're in Pensacola this week, if I'm not mistaken. I seen an ad.
Yeah, I know he's not racing again in Pensacola. His next race that he's in I believe is Rockingham. Then it goes Talladega. He's not doing the full schedule of the Arc Menard series. He's only doing, I guess, like half of them, which is most of the East Coast stuff.
Well, the advertising for that race in Pensacola started out with his picture. So.
Oh, really?
Yes, I was really, and his bandana that he wears. That's how I spotted him. I said, "Wow." So, but he did tell me that he was going to Rockingham.
Yeah.
And I was really surprised to see that they were at Pensacola, and they started out the advertising with him.
Yeah.
So that was great.
Oh no, absolutely. I think again, it's the rate again with the Arc Menard series and a lot of the places. He's very well known. He's a seasoned driver. He's not. He's not new. But to make it even funnier, it says he's younger than I am. and I was shocked at when I found out how old he was. I'm like, wow, I thought I was gonna be the young one and he was gonna be a little bit older than me. But he's got plenty of miles under his butt in the race car. I'll tell you that.
Yes.
So with all that being said, what is your guys' aspect of the whole track day for veterans, and how that experience did for you guys?
I think it's a great idea, and I think you'll find that a lot of veterans will really appreciate it, because I had a good time except for all the walking. But other than that, it was great. We got to see everybody getting set up on pit road and started the race and all that, and went back in the fan zone and watched on that big screen.
Yep.
And we had a chapter meeting shortly after. I think it was like the following week. We had a local chapter meeting, and I got up and announced exactly what Frank and I had done with the racing, and everybody. I had many of the guys came up to me and said, "Oh, next year, can I go? Can I go?"
They approached me too.
Yeah, they're like, "We didn't know about this," and I said, "Well, we didn't tell too many people because we wanted to be the first to experience track day with a veteran, and so that we could tell you as members of this chapter exactly what we've done. So next year you'll have a lot of guys will be approaching Frank and I and wanting to know if they can get involved in it, and also I hope to I have put in hopefully for some sponsorship. Anybody that I have been talking to, I would like to see that track day with a veteran. Hopefully somewhere along the line that somebody will step up, and because it takes money to do what you do, Doug, and we understand that, and and we want more veterans to experience what we did, and we are willing to really get out there and promote what you do.
No, I really appreciate it, because again, this is was started and it's been taken off since the beginning of it, and what I try to do is give the veterans the experience of a lifetime and being treated as like a VIP, and become a part of a family here at Track Day for Veterans, because I keep in contact with all the individuals with the whole Track Day for Veterans, because I keep in contact with Jim. I keep in contact with a guy, Nick, up in Maine. I keep in contact with the guys who I was just out in Phoenix with, so we try to keep in contact with these veterans, because we want everybody to know, you're part of a family now. You're not just another person. You're another part of the family, and a unique family, because we want to be able to keep helping people, and so it's great that you guys are doing that, and it's great that you guys are pushing for anything with sponsorship wise. We really appreciate it, because it takes money to be able to help these guys and continue helping them. Let alone doing the Track Day for Veterans. We do a lot of stuff with behind the scenes, which is, if a veteran needs help with, any kind of change to their home or stuff like that, we try to get that, we go and help them and get that taken care of. Like, we had a veteran that needed a heating system put in, a whole new furnace. We went and replaced it. All, it was like, I think, $3,400. We had another one that we had to help get heating done. That was another $800. We had.
Well, your resume is very strong. You have a very strong resume, And anytime that you can get that resume out to organizations, I have copies of it here. In fact, in my office, you're looking at my office, and
Love it.
I try to move that around and for everybody to get to see that. So, to grow, it takes people, and it takes the word of mouth, and you get that word of mouth out there exactly on what you do. I think that some of these organizations will step up to the plate and help eventually, as they understand exactly what you do.
Yeah, and that's what we try to do. If anybody ever wants to, they can take a look at our the website. It's www.trackdayforveterans.org. We'll also put the Vietnam Veterans of America's website. All that stuff will be linked down below. And again, it takes stuff, but our sponsorships, we ask anybody that can donate anything. We don't expect $1,000, $2,000, $4,000. We would like to see those things, but even $100 or $50, every dollar counts and is able to help these veterans out to be able to get to these races and be able to go and enjoy themselves and stuff like that. So
well, our motto is never leave a veteran behind. So, and we look at all veterans, just not Vietnam veterans. So we put the word to all veterans.
Absolutely, it's leave no soldier behind, and that's leave no veteran behind. It's the same thing. It's that same motto that you keep your comrades close to you, and you help them out. You don't leave them behind. It's just like our time in the service. It's again, you don't leave a fallen soldier behind. You take them, and you take care of them.
Yes.
So with that all being said, again, it's getting close to the end of the show. But I want to, definitely tell you guys, thank you again. It was a pleasure meeting with you guys, and it's a pleasure to keep working with you guys. I know there's so much more behind the scenes that we've talked about, Bob, and we continue to keep talking about it. And I know you guys, and Bob, you guys do a great job down there, down in Florida. Before this, I wanted to get into that. Can you tell us a little bit about the whole thing that you guys go into the schools and stuff like that and talk about?
Yes, we are our organization here in Volusia County, which entails Daytona Beach, of course. In the Volusia County area here, there are over 70,000 veterans. Number one, so we try to get in the community as much as we can. We have a program where we go into the high schools and we teach the Vietnam War in the 60s. We go in and we make sure that these kids understand exactly what we did for this nation. And we're getting to the point in our life that our stories has got to be told, because our memories that we have as veterans, as I said, we are starting to age out. Yeah. And the Vietnam War is not really taught here in the local high schools. So we make that effort to make sure that these kids know exactly what we did and what we've done. Our chapter also this weekend, we are involved in a stand down here at the Ocean Center, where we get involved with homelessness, education. We do everything with the veterans and guide them to the proper place to get help also. We are big in Wreaths Across America, which is held every December across this nation. We have a cemetery that we we adopted a number of years ago, and we take care of the cemetery physically. We mow it, we weed whack it, we cut down trees. And I told Frank that he was nuts. He cut down a tree here a couple of weeks ago that was big as my house, and him and Drake, and I call Drake Drakey. So, but we get involved in many things here in our community. That's what it's all about, is letting people know what Vietnam veterans are about.
Yeah. No, and it's amazing the work that you guys do, and I know you guys are another nonprofit organization and stuff like that, which is great. And I know a fellow veteran who I don't know if he's still down in Florida, but I know he was homeless, but I believe he's now up in Gainesville at a facility.
Good.
So, it was another thing, because it was, again, while I was down there, I was talking to people and getting out and trying to see local veterans that are on the streets, unfortunately. Some want to be there, because that's all they know, and it's all they want to, I guess what they want to do, is one veteran said to me. But there's others that, have got into their past and, are still pretty much, they can't get their as they say, they're their own worst enemy.
Yes.
And they try to get the help, but unfortunately, there's not much they can do because of, I guess, their criminal background. And so that kind of hinders a lot of their, a lot of stuff that they can't do, unfortunately now.
Yes.
And
we even support some of the prisoners that are Vietnam veterans here in the local area, to make sure that they're not going to be there forever, that when they do get out, that we're here to help them and guide them.
Yeah. It's because again, we go through, as veterans, we go and have our own demons, and when we get out of the service, those demons come back, and they kind of cause us to have problems, which then put us into predicaments where that, we're trained to be a killer, but then in reverse, now we got to come back to society and be a normal human being.
Yes. Well, when you raise that right hand and you make that oath to this country, it's not for 2 years, it's not for 3 years, it's forever.
Yeah.
That oath is forever, and for our brothers and sisters to share with us, and we're very proud of making that oath to this nation.
Yeah.
And continuing until we depart this earth.
Absolutely. And with that being said, it is the end of our show. I want to say to both of you guys, I want to say thank you for your service again. Thank you for your commitment to our veterans continuing, because your service doesn't end when you guys got out of the service. Your services are still continuing by doing this stuff with the Vietnam Veterans of America. So I want to salute you guys both and say thank you again.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank you. You're very welcome. And until next time, everybody, we will see you guys later. Keep it real. Keep it 1,000. Don't keep it real dumb. Keep it real. All right. We'll talk to you guys soon.
Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah. Shut up.
You suck.
Stop. In the name of all that which does not suck.
Thanks for watching Fubar Studios Veteran Reinforcement. Please make sure to check out the Fubar Studios on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and visit the website at fubarstudio.com. Fubar Studios is a Sinista1 production.